There we go. Again, technical difficulties. Thank you for sticking by. Um, so, welcome to Rick Gomez Daily Gold meeting. What I want to do on these morning meetings is to. I used to work in a job where every morning we would have a call to the board session. Everybody, comes in. They're drinking their coffee. They're getting ready, and there's daily activity that's going on. That's going to be going on during the day. So as soon as everybody gets in, the sales manager would call the board. So we'd all go to the board, and he would talk about or they would talk about, he or she, depending on who it was, would talk about what's supposed to go on for the day, what the current numbers look like, what we're trying to achieve for the day, the activity, the numbers, right? And but at the same time, also do some training and to get everybody into a routine of doing these certain things. Because at the end of the day, I've been thinking about this a lot. The only difference between maybe you and I is I learn new skills all the time. I'm picking up skills daily. I'm reading daily. I'm rereading daily. Um, I look at life and I look at the people around me and ask, hey Barrett, how y'all doing? Hey Jared, how you doing? Thank you. Today we're just talking about call to the board coming in. How do you start your day? And so this morning, uh, I'm actually starting my day with a lot of gratitude because I finally got into my TikTok affiliate account. For whatever reason, I was either having a mind block or something, but I finally got accepted to do the TikTok live or TikTok shops, and so now I am. Oof, my brain's just going crazy trying to figure out what I want to do next. Uh, Abe, Tanya, thank you for joining. Is that Coward Dangerous? Thank you for joining today. So today, one of the things that I want to talk about this morning was about your your aha moments, your breakthroughs. I was telling everybody right now that I just got accepted into the TikTok affiliate program, and so now's a new level, a new time to now what, right? So now what? And if you ever have if you get into this stuff, your mind just goes crazy, right? So I go to TikTok and I go to ChatGPT a lot to help me organize what to think about, say, do. Mr. P, thank you. Hospital for Souls, thank you for joining. Larry Francis, thank you for joining. The guy in some hot what? This guy and some hot something. Anyway, long story short, I was getting everything ready this morning to I was just all excited. This last night I couldn't fall asleep, and then I woke up early this morning. But one of the things that I've been working through, and I don't know if you guys have ever seen it, Learn and Earn, simple guide to TikTok shop made easy, simple, not easy, it's simple, and so I'm using a lot of that material that's in there. Thank you, Larry Francis, Hospitals, Mr. P, Kylie, Def Not, Natalia joined. Hi, and again, one of the things is that now I'm here with the TikTok affiliate program, and now, how do you organize all this stuff? Because you are going to be thinking, now what? I've been trying to get on this TikTok affiliate shop for so long that I'm wondering, like, why is it taking so long? What? And so I think I was doing something wrong because I ended up just clicking one button, and it says something about apply, and I applied, and then I did push two buttons, and the next thing you know, you're approved and you're accounted. Ronald Bowen, thanks for joining. Mihail Google, thanks for joining. I appreciate everybody coming in and taking a couple of seconds to walk with me this morning. One of the things that I want to talk about, and it feels like I was in a rush on these things, so I'm not going to rush because we're in no rush. I have an hour that I want to be on here this morning, and so the other day I talked about I had ChatGPT and all its memory banks and everything that I put into it helped me create some of the stuff that I had wanted to share with people. So sort of kind of like my little Bible of sorts, in the sense that I wanted to share this information with people. And part of it was that I think in all my life, the biggest thing that's always changed, not changed, but helped me keep going, was being able to learn new skills. Learn new skills. And after I've been listening to all these audios and videos and watching videos, that's the only difference between people that do and people that don't. They pick up skills. And you got to practice those skills. And I remember a friend of mine who just recently passed away. He said, you got to practice that gratitude muscle, that you have that ability to have a skill and use it and share with others. Because it doesn't matter if I don't share this stuff that I have on those back bookshelves that I've learned, then what a waste. And now this is sort of kind of, you can have your own like little personal TV station. And so one of the things that I was engaging with my ChatGPT was, how do I put all this stuff that I want to do into my daily schedule? Hello, police officer Gardy. There's some user 9402. Laura Yin. How do you put it all together? Because you're always thinking you're rushed. So the first thing right off the top of your head, got to calm down, slow down. This isn't going anywhere. An hour from now, 6:45, when I wanted to cut off, is coming. So I'm not gonna rush. And so what I want to talk about this morning was, now that I'm on TikTok Shop, I'm 65 years old. I do not like to buy things. I like to buy books. And so one of the first things that they talked about in the TikTok Shop is find something that you like. And I went and looked for books, and they got books. I can sell books if I want to on the TikTok Shop. And so I'll be taking a look at that. But, a lot of people have a special book. This is one of the first personal development books that I bought way back in the day. I don't even remember what it was. And it's just so brown from being on the shelf or having it. And when Tony Robbins was talking about unlimited power, and I talked about this the other day, where we have mud in front of our eyes and we don't see this unlimited power. But as we go through life and we get confidence and we get a positive self-image, a bigger self-image of what we can be and do and have, it takes you to another place. And every time that you go to another place of how you think and how you feel about certain things, and your self-image grows, your self-confidence grows, your self-esteem grows. And to me, that's where the main issues are. Anybody can sell anything and do all kinds of different things. But it's always going to be these three things that are inside that are going to help you the most. Your self-image, your self-confidence, and your self-esteem. If you can't manage those, then all the rest of the stuff, you're going to not do it, you're going to delay it, you're going to put it off, you're not going to have confidence in it. One of the things that I know that for me worked a lot was, once I felt certain about something, I just portrayed it, that I was certain about it. I know that I was what I was talking about. Hello, Penn. Thanks for joining. And I have another one that didn't have a name. But I was on a conference call last night, or a Zoom last night, and there were just people like, how do I go on a Zoom? How do I do this? And every single new development starts with the first step. You just have to take the first step. And you got to enter the unknown. So this is another big aha. We don't know. I don't know. The people that I work with or hang out with don't know. Nobody knows what's going to happen that day in that hour. But what we do know is that if we don't do these things to help get our message out to people, that we connect with people, that we offer solutions to people, that we offer to try to help solve problems for people, it won't get done. So your main job is to put yourself out there, to be somebody that can say, hey, Rick, do you know anything about this? And if I don't know it, I'm pretty sure I know somebody that does. And so one of the things, like I said, on this TikTok Shop, I always kept thinking like, well, I don't know about, I don't, like I said, I don't buy stuff. I mean, I'm a real low, low cost shopper, but I do buy books and knowledge and movies and so I do buy, but it's not maybe the kind of stuff that other people buy. And so I just wanted to sort of kind of take this opportunity, one, to go live. You need to go live to uh, be of value to the community here in the TikTok community. The people that come in, I'm in El Paso, and TikTok, these systems are smart. They know what you're saying. So if you talk about, TikTok affiliate, El Paso, Texas, Houston, all this, when you start saying all these words, it's picking up on all this stuff. So it's trying to help you get to your audience, right? So one of the things, again, on personal transformation, the three biggest things that made a difference in my life was self-image, self-confidence, and self-esteem. I call it self-ice. And self-image is about, you don't know what you don't know about what you're all about. Most people work from borrowed identity. So you're always acting like somebody else, but you need to act like yourself. Self-image is an internal blueprint that dictates what we believe, we deserve, and what we pursue, and what we sabotage. So there's been a lot of times when I sabotaged my own self. It wasn't nobody else's fault, it was mine. And so once you take responsibility for what you can do and what you can't do, then it makes life a lot easier. Self-confidence, you must learn to think in a new way. Confidence is a byproduct of clarity. One of the things that I've always thought of myself as a leader, teacher, and encourager. So what that meant was that I'll be first to read a book because a lot of people won't read a book. I'll be first to learn new technology because people won't learn new technology. And so all that just helps me load up with skills, knowledge, skills, and experience about technology, business opportunity, adding value to people so that you can get paid. And so and anybody can do it. And with technology now, man, going back all the way to the MySpace days, I'm gonna age myself there a little bit. That's when it all started, with MySpace, and people started, trying to connect. And there's been a lot of people that have. There's a lot of people that have come and gone. There's a lot of life has happened to a lot of people, and we hey, KRIV3 joined. Thank you for stopping by. So we're talking about the three pillars of personal transformation. You have to work on your self-image, your self-confidence, and your self-esteem. Again, confidence is a byproduct of clarity of who you think you are, who do you want to be. I worked 30 years, close to 30 years at a company in Houston, corporate, and they did a lot of training. And so when I was in that training, it helped make you aware of your skill sets or where you're lacking skill sets, and what do you need to do to improve. And so that to me was the best lessons I've ever learned when I was there in Houston. Was 25 years at this major oil company, because they took pride in providing training and for the staff. And now whether the staff took that and did something with that knowledge, and that the company had paid for them, or they didn't, that's on the person. So I've never felt anything about getting laid off, or I've never felt anything about. You do feel it, but at the end, I knew I was going to bounce back and I was going to do something different. So, because once you have that education, nobody can take it away from you. That's the one thing about education. If you get it, nobody can take it away. They can take away your car. They can take away your house. Hi, Elizabeth. Thank you for joining. They can take away, but as long as you have your education, that won't go away. Thank you, Moonlight. Who's this thing? Yeah. Thank you. Thanks everybody for joining. I appreciate you. We're talking about self-image, self-confidence, and self-esteem. Um, again, so one of the things about self-esteem is that you have to notice about what you say to yourself every day. And I know that everybody has self-talk, and some people do self-talk negative, others do self-talk positive. Um, this morning I woke up thinking the biggest thing in my head was, how do I put all this stuff that I need to do into the day, and try to figure out ways to put in these tasks in the day. So I'm semi-retired, but what I like to do is I substitute teach here in El Paso. And right now I'm working a long-term sub assignment in a what they call a special needs class. But I love going there because the kids, they're still about wonder. They're just there, and they're learning. And so it makes me, again, be grateful for not only my health, my daughter's health, but at the same time, be thankful to be able to contribute to these kids. And so I'm looking to see how, I look at the teachers and the people that work in that job, because to me it's a part-time thing. I can do that. I can go sit in the classroom, but you have to have your thing. You have to know what your thing is in order to maximize it. And so the big thing is, it's not that you take risks, you take calculated risks. And I know that learning is not a big risk, so anybody can do it. You just have to get out of your head and say, well, I'm not going to spend time on that because that doesn't do anything for me, blah, blah, blah. You got to listen to what you're talking to yourself in your head about. And the esteem is talking about the emotional tone of your internal dialogue. It's the quiet yes or no we give ourselves day in, day out. It's your intuition, that kind of stuff. But you got to pay attention to it. And a lot of people just don't. They're like on automatic pilot all day long, and they don't ever listen. They don't even know where they're going. So one of the things that I try to help my friends with is about alignment. We were all born with something inside of us that we were supposed to do. And when you find that out, it doesn't. I don't know when it is. Some people find it out early. Some people find it out midway, and some people don't find it out until the very end. But the whole point is you got to be looking for it. What is it, so that you can have a happy life? Because if you're not doing what you like to be doing, like, I never knew that I would want to be doing these lives, but I did know I wanted to give information, read information from like those books, and then give it and share it. I don't know who gets impacted by it. All I know is that I say stuff, I tell people stuff. I just try to help wherever I can, solve the problem. Um, and so that's what I want everybody to know, that you have a skill in you, or a thing that you're probably wondering, how come I'm not doing what I want to be doing? And so I know for me personally, I needed help with organization because my mind was going a million miles an hour, and I needed help organizing all those thoughts. And so thank God for ChatGPT, because it helped me put what I wanted to type in, and it helped organize, plus go add to it from other things, other sources, to make it a cohesive message. And so, and again, so when I was doing with ChatGPT, it talked about, my signature message, because it'll help you define what you're trying to, or what the message you're trying to give. And it gave me this one. It says, your signature message could be, most people are trying to win in life with a broken inner mirror. That's why I teach self-ice, self-image, confidence, and esteem, because when you shift who you are on the inside, your outside reality can't help but follow. So if you're confident on the inside, you'll be confident on the outside. And if you're positive on the inside, you'll be positive on the outside. everything starts inside. Everything that happens in your life happens on your inside first, and then you're either going to get it out here. Thank you, Campos. Afly, is that no? Oh, Cams, Pontiac. Thanks for joining, Smokey. Thank you for joining. Um, the So yes, so ChatGPT is a tool that anybody can use. Like I said, if a 65-year-old retiree can use it, then I know that anybody can use it. Um, yeah, so self ice, transform your inner world to unlock outer successes. Um, this this ChatGPT prompt that I was working with also created a 7-day email series for me that I'm going to put into a system that I have. It talks about day one. The title of the email would be the mirror lies. Identify the false self-image you've been living from, and it's going to give a reflective prompt for you to think about what you've been doing or what you should be doing. Day two's email would be something like the hidden voice. Learn to observe and reframe your self-talk. As a call to action, it would give you a downloadable affirmation. So that's another tool for again that you could use to help other people. Day three, the confidence loop. Confidence grows through reps, not results. Journaling, small wins log. So every day that I do this, every day that I learn something, I'm helping with my confidence about doing certain things. And so you should try to do or keep a confidence log so that you can, small wins build confidence. Day four email here says, steam out the shame. How self-esteem is built by keeping promises to yourself. The call to action would be a checklist, a daily promise planner. We need to keep our promises. I know that I've done. It's one thing to say a lot of things, but it's another thing to keep those promises. And I know I've been guilty of not keeping my word on some occasions, but I always try to do my best. So there's nobody perfect, but it is one thing that we should strive for, is to keep in our word. One of the careers that I had, or one of the jobs that I had, was successful at it, and then somebody asked me why. I goes, because I showed up, I followed up, and I followed through. And all that meant was that I did what I said I was going to do. And so that helped me be profitable in that job, or help the customer. Day five email would be a rewrite the script. Create a new identity based on your vision, not your past. And again, the call to action would be an identity reframe worksheet. But so the one thing, everybody knows what BFF is, right? Best friend forever. I took it to my BFF as be future focused, because you have to envision where you're trying to go and stay focused on that. Because the more you focus on that, the more your body's going to start working toward that. So don't always think about in the past. Be future focused. Be your BFF. Be your own BFF. Day six email would be icebreaker habits. Install 3 tiny habits that support your self-ice. And again, it would be a 3-minute habit challenge as a call to action here. But all this stuff came from ChatGPT and my inputs. It goes, and searches for things, and it organizes them and adds more value to what I've already. I add the value first, and then it adds more value to it, and then all of a sudden it becomes this big old document. On day 7 email would be your new inner thermostat. Self-ice is your new default. Now let's go melt the world. Invite in this email to our course and our community. I guess what I'm trying to say here is that I don't know where this stuff goes once I get started on it. All I know is that I have to put the first seed out there, and then ChatGPT takes it and adds a little bit to it, and that's just it. So let's talk about this for a minute. You're probably saying, well, so and so's already doing it, and that guy's doing it, and this is, no. There is nothing new under the sun. Right, get it off, get that over with right away. There's nothing new under the sun. The only thing that makes it new is your perspective on that thing, whatever it is. And so when you couple your experience and that thing, then all of a sudden you do have something new. But it's because it's yours. It's your experience, and nobody can take away from your experience. And so you can't say that it's the same as everybody else's, because it isn't. And then my ChatGPT also gave me a lead magnet PDF, a title and an outline for a possible booklet or PDF that I could give away. And it's so cool because it gives you a title. The title I have here was Self-Ice: How to Melt Limiting Beliefs and Rewire the Real You. And it tells you an outline of the introduction, why most personal growth doesn't work or stick, the ICE principle explained in plain language, 3 signs you're frozen in your old self, the rewire method, think, speak, feel differently, the daily melt practices, affirmations, micro wins, and reframes, and call to action, joining our 7-day reboot community. And so, TikTok, again, I was there when MySpace came out, way back in the day. And then Facebook and everything that's come along all the way through. And every iteration of all this stuff is to your benefit. Hey, Renee, thanks for joining. And so every iteration is different. And so, I just turned 65, so this is my version 65 Rick. And everybody has a different version. But if you stay stuck, if you turn 65, but you're still stuck at a immature, 18-year-old level, well, that's not going to help you. You got to keep growing and growing. And again, so here's a little. It even gave me a little script that I could do a video about. So let me just go ahead and throw this out to you, and you tell me what you think about it. Most people try to change their life by changing what they do. But what if the real problem is how you see yourself? That's why I teach Self-Ice, I-C-E. Self-image, self-confidence, self-esteem. If your inner world is frozen, your results stay stuck. When you shift your identity and your self-talk, you melt the old version of you and unlock the bold version of you. Want to learn how? Grab my 7-day Self-Ice reboot. Your new chapter starts inside. So I like that because it's exactly the script that helps the person that's looking to change. So I'm looking for people that are behind me, or younger than me, because I can tell them I've been 25, 35, 45, 55, now 65. So I can help with the path, because I've been on the path. And if you're looking to do things that have to do with online income, digital income, I can help you with that, because the technology is an issue, the mindset is an issue, the marketing is an issue, but at the end of the day, it's consistency is the issue. You got to keep doing it every single day. There's no one-hit wonder. There's no one-hit solution. And so you need to be able to learn how to live this life daily. And so it all starts on the inside to be that person. And so what I like about doing this TikTok stuff now is that you can come on here and become your morning news show. If you like to watch the news in the morning, you can be the person that does your own version of the news. You could be your own channel. And so and again, it goes out there. Who sees it? I don't know. I see some people that come in and go out, but at the end, I'm trying to do 1 hour live so that I can create some content that I can repackage and put it back out there for to connect with people. I want people to know who I am, what I can offer, and then for us to work together. That's the beauty. I mean, God, can you imagine back in the day when people had to just do regular jobs? You know, my dad was a delivery truck driver for Sears, and his he had his truck, and he had a bunch of merchandise in that truck, and he would go all the way out to the furthest place he was delivering, and then work his way back to the house, or to the store, really to the store, but then to the house. And so it was one guy going out, well, two guys, two going out, deliver it, and then just the whole day. But now I can sit here in my living room here and deliver thousands of views of this information. And so I'm just so excited for the times that we're in, because you know I was lucky to be born where we were born, because we get to see the first man on the moon. We got to see a lot of different things. First computer, first phone, first everything. It's coming. It's coming around. Hey Adam, thanks for joining. Chris, thanks for joining. And so anyway, I'm glad that you're here today to talk about to listen to see about what I'm doing with ChatGPT. My ChatGPT also gave me ideas for a Canva carousel for Instagram and Facebook. It gives me the slide titles that all I have to do is key them into the slides, and then it'll be ready to go. Let me give you some of these slide titles and see if any of them resonate with you. Still stuck? Maybe you're frozen. Introducing self-ice. Self-image, your inner mirror. Confidence, earned by showing up. Esteem, built by keeping promises to yourself. Melt the old, activate the bold. Start your 7-day reboot. Link in the bio. I like it. I don't know about you guys, but I liked it. So anyway, so ChatGPT, if you're not using AI, if you're not using ChatGPT, it can help you turn, a one sentence into and that reminds me, it can help you turn one sentence into a whole book. But one of the things that I was thinking about, a lot of people have problems with content. They don't have a problem with content. They just have a problem figuring out what it is. And so I use a tool that will transcribe, hey Jesus, and hey that guy, and hey Adam, Chris Gibson, thanks for showing up. I use a tool that we all watch YouTube videos, right? And so, but I don't like listening to all of them. They take a long time and just feels like, and I appreciate that they did them, but I wanted something a little bit faster. So I found a Google extension that helps me summarize the videos. But on top of that, it takes that transcript, puts it into ChatGPT, and then I tell it, help me align it with the kind of stuff that I'm working with. And how does it align? What are the gaps? What would be beneficial to add to my thinking? And so you can become a reporter. I had learned from a guy a long time ago. You may not have the new stuff, but you could be a reporter on the stuff that you found out. So you can take any video, get it transcribed, have ChatGPT give you the highlights of it, and then you just report on what you found. And so, hey Lloyd, thanks for joining. And so, and it's not that you're not copying, you're just reporting. What are the highlights? And the AI tool will help organize that video. And like I said, if you want the name of that extension, send me put comment extension and I'll get it to you. And then what else is here? Yeah, so there's ways to do things faster. There's ways to do things. Oh yeah, by the way, if you're seeing this live, hit on your screen like anything so they can know that you're here, that I'm giving you some good value, and just it would help me out in this TikTok algorithm piece. If you're getting value, if not, then you just scroll on by. Um, so then let's see what else here. So I've covered ChatGPT and TikTok. Let's see. Um, so where'd this come from? Sometimes when you're doing this creation in ChatGPT, you got to remember what the prompt was that you put in there, because I had asked or said something, and it said, "That's a beautiful and spiritually loaded phrase." Oh yeah, words never pass away from the chosen. And so if you listen to hey sugar, thanks for joining. Uh, if you're watching a TV show, a movie, read a book or whatever, and there's a phrase or something that's in that book or movie or whatever that just, it resonates with you, I grab it and I type it into ChatGPT and have ChatGPT go out there and grab information about, well, what does that mean? How what is that supposed to mean in this context? And so, um, because the words, if you think about it, all we're doing is passing around words. My words to you, TV's words to you, movies words to you, video words to you. It's all about the communication of the words, and the words are the magic, because imagination is the piece, and the words that you put into your imagination help you either think big or think small. And I remember there was a book a long time ago called The Magic of Thinking Big, and because I think there's been again, the material that I'm sharing with you is not new. It's just my time to relay it to people that haven't ever heard it before. Because there's going to be people that will never have a bookshelf like that one behind me, and plus the boxes of books that I have in the closet. But they might hear it on a TikTok live. They might hear it, on a video somewhere. Excuse me. And but so the other day I typed in, "Words never pass away from the chosen," and I think I got this from a movie on Netflix or something. And then I put the words in, and then ChatGPT says, "Let's unpack and shape it for your work as a teacher, mentor, and architect of freedom." Now, it came up with this idea for me for the architect of freedom. A lot of people feel that the only way for them to do work and to have things is to manually do stuff, right? Mm-hmm. And which is, yes, we have to do some kind of thing, whatever it is, or some task, but the freedom comes from the ability to sort of kind of take an idea and be able to offer solutions to a lot of people. Jim Rohn said a long time ago, he goes, how do you say it? And I know that everybody's going to get it when they hear it. Find a way to serve the many, for service to many leads to greatness. And that's what a lot of people are looking for. They're looking for a way to serve the many. Right now, we're at a time, hey, Frank Taylor, thanks for joining. We're at a time now that we can serve the many, but just by doing what we're doing here and learning how to do it. And so don't be afraid to use your voice, find your voice, define your voice, develop your voice, but it all starts with that first video. And I have some old YouTube videos that are out there that, I go way back. A younger face, more hair, but all those are stepping stones that I took, and everybody has to go through it. So there's no way that in this time and day I can't do the work for you. Everybody's got to skin their own knees. I had that from a mentor of mine. It rings true. I can tell you stuff, but until you do it and you figure it out on your own, it doesn't work. And that's why I love watching videos of babies, newborn babies. I have a lot of friends who are having children now, and even I remember when my daughter was young, I loved the learning process. We're learning machines. Learning machines. Yeah. So we had to learn how to walk and talk and eat and all that kind of stuff, and we're always learning, and we forget that if you go back to the part when you were younger, your ability to learn is a big asset. So you're never stuck if you remember your ability to learn. So anyway, so let's go back to this words never pass away from the chosen. I'm at 41 minutes. I got 15 more minutes to go. So here you go. Words never pass away from the chosen. Here's an interpretation for teaching and content creation based on the material and what ChatGPT knows that I want to do. Spiritual truth. Words are spiritual seeds. When planted in fertile soil, the chosen minds and hearts, they never die. They germinate, grow, and transform generations. And the chosen are not the elite. They are the aware. They are the ones that don't have no mud. You have mud, you don't see things. You're not aware. You don't have mud. Oh, look at that. I see that. Oh, look at that. And you become alive. So the chosen, again, are not the elite. They are the aware. The ones who are ready to receive, apply, and multiply the truth. You have to be ready to receive. If you see something, and like I said, to me, when I watch movies and I pick up on words, I pick up on concepts, I pick up on things that I said, that would be a good message to share with others. Because our environment, our world depends on us communicating with each other. We don't see all the eye to eye always, but there's certain things that we need to connect with to live the human experience. And so so it talks about here, so again, the chosen are not the elite. They are the aware, the ones who are ready to receive, apply, and multiply the truth. The practical meaning, it means when a person accepts a new belief, a higher truth, or a life-giving idea, it changes their self-image and future outcomes. Those words never leave them. They shape who they become. So the person I am today was based on words that I learned a long time ago, but they've never left me, and they'll never leave you. So the whole point is to try to get you to find your words and start living by them, and then taking action on things that will help you improve your life. So now we tie it to self-ice. Your words to yourself are never neutral. They're either freezing your potential or freeing it. Think about that. Your words are either freezing your potential or freeing your potential. That's why self-ice teaches you to speak your life into your reality and identity. Once you do, those words never pass away. They shape your daily choices and your ultimate destiny. Man, this ChatGPT's got skills, huh? I'm telling you, this is pretty good. So that was that one session with ChatGPT. Like I said, we're coming up here on 45 minutes. I'm going to leave that there for a minute. And then I'm going to talk about, for the last 15 minutes, what I want to talk about is, like I said, one of the things so online digital incomes and money and working from home, it's come a long way. I've been able to work from home since the 1980s because I wanted to work from home. So anytime that something came up, I used to work in accounting, and so back then we used to have the computer. Well, there was hardwired computers they didn't have the home computers, but they had the modems, and you could get into your system from home, but it was bulky and cumbersome. But as it evolved and you learn new skills, and I learned how to work from home, they were letting me do more stuff from home. And so I didn't have to go into the office. I just started doing my work from home. And then when I got to work, I was already that far ahead. And so with what's going on now, for anybody that's not where they want to be, anybody who's in the corporate environment and I'm going to tell you right now, every job serves a purpose. Every experience serves a purpose. But if you have that thing inside of you that says, I want to do more, be more, have more, and you can't leverage your job to do that, then you need to work on your digital marketing skills. Because there's plenty of opportunities to get out there to help other people. Some people call that sales. No, that's helping other people. If you have a problem and I have the solution, wouldn't you want to take a look at it? Because a lot of people, they put this thing up, oh, he's trying to sell me. Oh, he's trying to sell me. No, man, I'm trying to solve your problem. And it ain't going to be an overnight problem because it's taken me 65 years to get to this point. And I've had success along the whole way, but it's always been the journey. It's always about the journey. And who knows what the new technology is, tomorrow. And so one of the things that I'm working on, I came through MySpace. I came through the Facebook phase, but now I'm moving over to the TikTok phase. Hey, Kimmy Rose, how are you? Thanks for joining. And so now that we're in this TikTok phase, at first I hated it just like everybody else. I don't want to dance. I don't want to be looking dumb on camera. And I hope I'm not looking dumb right now. But the whole point is that now I learned this other part of it, that there's a whole marketing piece to the back of it. And TikTok did something different than that I hadn't even realized until my mentor said, this platform is the new YouTube with marketing involved and all this other stuff, because you can do anything that you can do on YouTube, you can do on here, plus make money. And since I was involved in network marketing, which is just recommendations, finding something I like, recommending it. Because again, if you don't know that you have this problem or have a problem and that there's a solution for it, you'll never know. And so with this platform, you have an opportunity to share your knowledge, your skills, your experience, your products that you use with others. And you can take this video that is live, and you can cut it up and you can put it into little shorts for YouTube, and you can put that out there too. But the first step starts with your self-image, about be a promoter, be a what's the word I want to use? There's a word. What's that word? Presenter. You're the one that has to be the presenter. I use the analogy a lot that when in network marketing, we're always in the stands looking at the people that are up on the front, that are the leaders, right? But everybody in the audience wants to be on that stage. So you want to start working your way up toward the stage, because when we first started going to these network marketing, we would always sit in the back, and then we would sit more in the middle, and then toward the front, and then either you stop there and hello to this guy, and hello to 148869. Seth is in here. So when you're trying to self-develop, again, you're going from the back of the room in any thing that you're doing, and you're trying to get on stage. TikTok is the perfect platform for getting on stage. And like I said, I don't know where it's going to go. I don't know what's going to happen. All I know is that I have to practice doing these presentations in the mornings, doing these lives in the mornings, doing these lives when I can do the lives, because like I said, I'm watching the clock. I need to be on the road here in a little bit, and actually I'm a big planner, so I got a little bit extra time, and but I want to try to keep stuff on a schedule so that I can get everything done and just work it within my time. But I'll be talking more about. So I got like 10 minutes. So one of the things that I'm working on right now is I just got accepted in the TikTok Shop Creator Affiliate Program, and again I went to my ChatGPT, and it created it knows that I like plans and I like to tasks, so I can just go down the list and do the work. Um, and so it created me a TikTok Shop Creator Affiliate Launch Plan. I mean, I have there's a lot of information. I have a Learn and Earn program that I use. Plus, on top of that, ChatGPT went out there and did a lot of its own little research for me. But it talks about here, you can set up your storefront. You can choose my items that are related to my niche. So it helps me organize, because again, there's going to be a lot of you that say, I don't buy stuff. I don't buy nail polish. I don't buy vitamins. I don't do any of that. But you do, like me, I do tech, tools, health. I like health savings, and a digital lifestyle. So anything in those areas are good ground for me to work with. So again, it talks about the content format, starting with 30 to 60-second problem-solving demos. Hey Ken, thanks for joining. Olivia, there's a lot of people here, and then I'm going to start with 30 to 60-second problem-solving demos, before and after style use cases, mini stories. One of my mentors, Tom Big Al Schreider, his skill set is bar none the best. If you ever wanted to learn from anybody, bigalbooks.com. He has a lot of good material, and it got a lot of good lessons too. Batch content using my mentor system, which I can get to you. It's in the I'll put it out here in a bit. If you want the system, type in system, comment system, and I'll send it to you. We're trying to use the 3E method to do these videos or these lives: educate, entertain, and edify. Here's a skill that you can learn how to do. It's called edifying. If it's one thing to see somebody and just say, oh, that's a nice guy and he does good stuff, good content. But it's another thing to edify, where you go out and say it. Say, hey, this guy named Randy, he does some good stuff. Tom Big Al Schreider does good stuff. He's knowledgeable. His experiences, it hit home with me. Because you got to find that person that's going to hit your inner student and learn from that person. And so these two of mine have been Randy Hedge and Tom Big Al Schreider. Then it tells me about, for me, I got to stack my streams, because everything that we're doing here is about creating streams of income. I used to call it creating assets, but now they call them streams of income. Anything that creates a little bit of money is a stream of income, or it's an asset. And so I got, because again, not only do I have my TikTok stuff that I'm going to be working with, I have softwares that help take the manual tasks out of doing things daily. So there's software. I have a health sharing plan that anybody who's looking to cut their costs on their on their insurance for health, and is not afraid to look at something different. I'm actually using I'm using a health sharing plan instead of a Medicare Advantage plan, because it gives me a lot more flexibility. So if anybody's out there 65 and older, let me share my my health sharing plan with you, and to see how it can help you get better coverage. So yeah, I have other stuff on too, but again, we're going to be going live 90 minutes a day. We're going to be talking about product use cases, behind the scenes affiliate life, teaching others how to duplicate what we're doing. Again, we have a community out there. That's the beauty of this, what's going on now. Hey, little Bubba and Landre. What's going on right now is that it's all about community. everything that we do, we can do from right here. And what inactivity? I've been here for talking the whole time. Drag the slider to fit. Oh, to fit the face. Okay, so we did that. Anyway, so launch and then and then tracking and tweaking daily using a daily sheet, content posted, product clicked, top performing hooks. Uh, it even gave me an affirmation. I am not waiting for a seat at the table. I built my own table on TikTok, and people are coming to sit with me. So I'm glad that you guys joined me today. Like I said, we're going up to 56 minutes now. Again, if you want to, I'm going to try to go every morning between 5:45 a.m. Mountain Standard Time and 6:45 Mountain Standard Time, and I'm also going to do an hour in the evening once I get back. But I hope you guys got something out of this, and have a great day today. If you got something out of this, give me a thumbs up, hit like, whatever, heart, and I appreciate it. But with that being said, got to get going. Have a great day, and look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Good night. Goodbye. Have a great day.